Long ago, during Jesus' time, Jews knew the laws very well. They knew them by heart. And then Jesus offered a new perspective on those laws. For example, Jesus said, as we know, that we are not allowed to kill or murder someone. But he also said that our anger is equivalent to murder. And what he said was right. If you remember back sometime in your life where somebody insulted you and really came after you and they were angry at you, you felt so deflated and felt like someone had driven a knife through your heart. In a sense, they killed you. So Jesus was right. Today, Jesus says that God forbids adultery. But he also warns us that if we're ogling somebody or maybe lusting after somebody in our mind, that we have already committed adultery. And what he says is right. And during that time, Jesus gave a very new perspective. But what would happen if Jewish people reacted and said, "Oh, thank you for the new understanding of the laws and the new perspective"? Or what would have happened had they resisted and called Jesus a heretic with his crazy new ideas? Well, if they had had that attitude towards Jesus, they would have missed out on learning so much more about being holy and about their faith, and especially about God. And this scenario applies to us in modern times. People have their relationship with God and their faith, and they eventually think they know enough and do enough, and their faith stagnates, becomes stale. Kind of like a piece of leftover cake that sits there for days. It's not very appetizing or edible. It becomes stale. We become stale because we assume we know the answers, that we don't need to learn more about God, that we don't need to strengthen our faith, that we're already where we need to be. Thus, we stagnate. So how can we prevent ourselves from letting our faith become stale like that piece of cake? Well, through the Holy Spirit. That's why it is so important, and I emphasize this in 1 week, that we need to pray to the Holy Spirit to help us feel more wonderment about our religion, our faith, and to keep showing us how amazing things are that God gives us. We can never reach our maximum level of knowing our faith. There is no maximum level. Just like a married couple who's been married for years, they don't know everything about each other. They continually learn new things about each other based on things that happen in their marriage. Well, it's like that with God. God continues to help us, and we learn new things. The Holy Spirit, when he helps us, gives us that sense of wonderment. We can become more appreciative of God. Thank you, and God bless you.